Now we can officially say that the Canada Post strike is over and they're going back to work on Tuesday. Let's discuss it in today's video along with some news and also comments that you guys left on my previous video. I really appreciate those comments and they really do mean a lot to me. I like reading them. I try to get to as many as I can, but I don't want these videos to be like 10 to 20 minutes long. I try to keep it around the 10-minute mark for you guys to keep it nice and concise and give you some of those comments a bit of a highlight. So some of the news breaking here. This is CBC. Canada Post says workers to return to work Tuesday after Labour Board ruling. Canada Post says operations will resume on Tuesday, December 17th after the Canada Industrial Relations Board ordered it to return to work. Now, this is just a bit of a summary. It has more of an in-depth breakdown on the Global News website. Canada Post strike to end Tuesday as workers ordered back to work. Now, this is crazy. A month-long Canada Post strike, and it was a very long month. If you guys are like me and you sell things on eBay, it was even more brutal. I was using UPS all the time, and depending on the parcel, some of them you kind of have to spend a lot more on when you are delivering. But a month-long Canada Post strike is set to end on Tuesday after the Federal Labor Relations Board has ordered postal workers to return to work, the Crown Corporation said. Postal operations are set to resume on Tuesday, Canada Post said in a statement Sunday night. After 2 days of hearings, the CIRB has issued its ruling confirming the parties are at an impasse, the company said. As a result, the CIRB has ordered employees to return to work and postal operations to begin and resume at 8 a.m. local time on December 17, 2024. You know how insane it's going to be? I have some things to drop off as well, and holy crap. Geez, 8 a.m., the lineup to get in is going to be insane. It's going to be like a Taylor Swift concert. Well, maybe not quite as crazy as that, but it is going to be definitely very busy. Postal service will remain closed on Monday, day 32 of the strike. So that is today as the filming of this video. Post offices are closed, but tomorrow they should open, theoretically, depending on how defiant some of the workers are. Obviously, yesterday's video was about a group of union workers that were very defiant and said they would strike regardless. The National Mailing Service said it looks forward to welcoming its employees back to work and serving Canadians and businesses. It said it will share more details of its resumption in service later on Monday. This comes after Labour Minister Stephen McKinnon asked Canada Industrial Relations Board on Friday to order workers back on the job. If it agrees with its determination, there is an impasse in negotiations. McKinnon said the decision is not one he takes lightly, adding that it is time to call a timeout. In a post on X Monday morning, McKinnon said the CIRB ordered an extension of the current collective agreements and a resumption of operations after determining that a deal could not be reached between the two parties by the end of the year. He said an industrial inquiry commission will also review the structural issues of the labor dispute and will issue a report on May 15th, which will serve as a solid basis for both parties to negotiate their collective agreement. So this will be next year, May 15th, and then on the 22nd, they can start to negotiate again. The strike of more than 55,000 workers began on November 15th. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers was seeking wage increases, better benefits, and better pensions, improved with health benefits as well. While the terms of existing collective agreements will be extended until May 22nd, 2025, we also put forward an offer to implement a wage increase of 5% for employees, which was proposed in the last company's global offer, Canada Post said. The wage hike will be retroactive to the day after a collective agreement expired, which was December 31st, 2023. The rule in suburban mail carriers until January 31st, 2024 for the urban units. So very interesting developments. I knew that it was going to end in short succession. Obviously, we saw what happened in the last few days with a lot of defiant people out there. There's a lot of negativity on the internet surrounding this and the way that it was coming to an end. Instead of having two parties reach an agreement on their own, it looks like they're being forced to go back to work. Never a good situation, but regardless, you guys had a ton of comments. I mean, I probably had more comments on yesterday's video than I did any of these Canada Post videos, so I did pick out a few, but not enough probably. But regardless, let's get to some of these comments and enjoy them together. These people are getting used to not working. Find new people. That's all. Well, 32 days of strike, that is a decent amount of time off, but not really time off if you're actually picketing and striking. You're not doing your job, but you are technically not really on time off. I mean, I don't know. exactly how many days you have to picket for. I know there's a union clause there that you kind of have to show up for some of these. I need a job, kick the union out, and I'm all in. You know, unemployment, I might get that in the video maybe later in the week. Unemployment rates in Canada are through the freaking roof right now. So I completely understand that sentiment. I don't have a job personally as well. I work for myself. So I do get it. You know, sometimes people take for granted the fact that they do have jobs sometimes. Ridiculous. They're asking for 5% raise per year for 4 years. There must be a lot of workers that would like to get those raises. Government workers are getting an average of 2%. They must deserve it more than everyone else.
Ridiculous.
F the thieves at Canada Post. Now that is that's a very upset comment right there. Don't blame the postal workers. This is another dirty maneuver from the Liberal government. Oh, how interesting. Are these Canadians ready to stand up and fight for their rights, or will Castro Jr. crush them? Interesting. So a lot of negativity towards Liberals specifically in the last few comments. What does sellout have to say now? Think you're talking about sellout as in Jagmeet Singh. He did support the union. He did come to some of the rallies, but then has been pretty quiet in the last few weeks. Politicians in expensive suits, shimmering dresses, and shining shoes ordering hardworking posties back to work, blah. Their plan to contract out to pals will happen eventually. Pauly's same man, the Fed's propaganda media plan will only have worked on the usual stooges. Most saw through it. Smart ones did. All the little guys suffer, worker included. Usually the poor do suffer, but the economy in general, again, I've said how bad it is in Canada right now, and I'm going to talk about that in later videos. So if you did enjoy the Canada Post videos, do subscribe and put the notifications on, because we're going to be getting deeper and deeper into the Canadian economy. Clean house and start over. Canada Post has no money left. They always have job posting because the turnover is very high. Most quit before the first 3 months. They came in thinking it's an easy job just delivering mail and quickly realized it's not an easy job at all. Quite the opposite. Now, that's all the comments I'm going to get to today. Bit of a short one, I will have to say, but regardless, the post office strike is finally over. It's finally time to get those parcels moving, and hopefully some of these might arrive in time for Christmas, though I highly doubt it, based on the backlog that Canada Post probably has to go through now with all of the 32 days of strike that ensued. And yes, there was people like me who went for alternatives, so we don't really have a backlog. Personally, I don't have a backlog of stuff to get out there, but I know there's people who do have a backlog of stuff, like, for example, Poshmark. They only exclusively sell through Canada Post, so that's the only way you can ship out your products with the Canada Post labels right there. So if you're using like Poshmark, then yeah, you might be really backed up if you sold a lot over the last 32 days. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.